Hi guys, welcome back to another video tutorial. By now you will have already finished the project, but as you know, in case you have been absent, you can access the video. You're going to be able to find this video right here under video tutorials. So you can just click the button and you won't see it yet because I'm recording it, but it will just be below these three that have already been added. Okay, so this project, as you know, is the quick selection project, and you're going to want to go ahead, click on quick selection project. Don't forget to look over the details of the lesson. The most important thing here is to know that I will be evaluating you on how well you use the quick selection tool, how accurate your selections are. Don't forget we have a range going between 15 and 20 images. This example below here does not meet the requirements of 15 to 20, but that's only because I'm showing you one possibility and I decided only to stop at about 5 or 6 images. Okay? So you're going to want to go ahead and get a background of your choice. As soon as you find that background, you're going to change the size to 6 inches. So I'm going to do that right now. So I'm going to do a quick example. I'll go ahead and type in football field. Football field will serve as my background image. And again, as in the instructions, you're going to want to find something with a pretty decent size foreground, and as I explained it last time, the foreground just has to do with the area that sits in front of the picture. So I go ahead and right click that. I'll go into Photoshop, make a new document, Control N. Okay, Control N will bring up the new document dialog box. You're going to want to put your first initial, last name, underscore, and call it quick selection. And you will not adjust the width and height. And as you see, the preset says clipboard. That means you're ready to paste it in. And paste is Control V. Okay. First thing you want to do, as it says in the instructions, is to change the image size. We're going to go ahead and go to image size, and change that width to 6 inches. Do not touch the height. The height will automatically adjust on its own. Click the OK button, and as you saw, my original picture was a little bit smaller, so this one scaled up just slightly. Okay, now my layers palette, that's hidden right now, but F7 will bring that up. And there you go, there's the layers palette. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and lock this background. Because right now the background is below here and I have the football field above. So I'm just going to go to this little icon that looks like a padlock, and I'm going to click the lock button. And there you go. That way my background will not shift at all during this lesson. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead, go into Google. I'm just going to find a random image. Let's see. I'm going to type in coffee cup. And let's see. This one looks good. Click this one. I'm going to right click, go to copy, and go back into Photoshop. I'm going to go ahead and create a new document. Don't forget, you're going to have 2 documents open at the same time. The objects that you're going to be placing into your background will not get a name because eventually you're going to get rid of it. So I'm going to say OK to that, and I'm going to do Control V to copy, or sorry, Control V to paste. All right, from there we have to go into our quick selection tool. Quick selection, as you know, is going to allow us to select that object and extract it from its background. And the quick selection uses a brush as its tool device, and knowing that means that you can resize that brush using the left bracket to make smaller or the right bracket to make larger. Those keys are located next to the letter P on the keyboard. Okay? And automatically you're going to see a plus sign. That just means you're going to be able to add your selection. And so I'm going to go ahead and start. I'm going to just do a single click. I always start with a single click to see what kind of a threshold it gives me. And right away you see what it does. And so as you know, the Quick Selection tool finds similar pixels, and it will select all those pixels that are similar in its color. And I did a second click, and already we have a nice selection around that cup. And now I'm just going to keep working around the image, and it's doing pretty good. Some images you're going to get lucky with. Now you just see what happened. I clicked outside of the mug, and it grabbed hold of a different area. So what I need to do is hold down the option. Holding down the option, you're going to get the opposite sign, in this case the subtraction, and I'm just going to click along those marching ants, and that will then subtract that unwanted area. Okay? Now, I got lucky here, but you can see this little negative space here where you would hold the coffee mug. That did not select, and I don't want that selected, so I got lucky. I don't have to do any of that. Okay, now it appears to me that I have enough selected. Just remember, if you hold down option, you roll that little button, you're going to be able to zoom in nicely. And you want to check your work that way. So be really accurate. Since Photoshop has the ability to do this, you should want to be more precise. Okay, so it looks completely selected. Now I'm going to take my move tool, that's the black arrow, and I'm going to cut and move this on to the next picture. Okay. Now the mug looks quite large compared to the background, so I'm going to go ahead and resize that. Control T to free transform. Hold down Shift and drag the corner. Always drag the corner, that way the width and the height stay together and maintain that proportion. Hit return to apply. And as far as placement, you're going to want to bring in more objects and then maybe decide later how you want to arrange it. And so that's up to you. What I'm looking for is interesting arrangement, resize your objects, maybe to show that effect of depth. You might want to resize, put small objects in the back, as I'm doing here, and then maybe larger ones up front, but that's up to you. Another thing that you can consider, and what I've done here is I've added a video. Going back to my website, I added a video that somewhat relates to what we're doing, sort of this collage effect. And it features an artist that we're actually going to view this video together as a class. And the artist in question his name is Salvador Dali. He was a surrealist, so we're going to learn a little bit about him, and perhaps you recognize his most famous work, The Persistence of Memory. So he'll serve as inspiration, hopefully, and that'll get you to think in terms of how you want to place those objects and what kind of objects you want to use. So that's the end of the tutorial. Hopefully you'll review it if you have any questions on how to use the Quick Selection tool. Remember, 15 to 20 objects, and then you're going to want to flatten your image before you send it to me. If you have any questions about that, please talk to me. And if you are absent, be sure to see this video. Good luck.